Hey guys, I knew that video yesterday was gonna piss a lot of people off. And it did. All kinds of colors got mad about that due to conditioning and brainwashing, right? Now, provocateurs, this is a perfect example. Underneath my video, a note to white folks yesterday. Dude came on and made a comment, and I left it up there because it was such a great example of a provocateur and how they come on and they create these racial divides. He just really swept in there and took that opportunity right away. It was so perfect and right on time. Now, who even knows if this person is a racist or not? That's not the idea. It's the bigger picture. These provocators from the COINTELPRO come on here and try and create that illusion. And man, yeah, first opportunity, boom, right in there. So go take a look underneath my last video so you can see exactly what that looks like. You know, he has a picture of Trump up there. It's supposed to look like a representation of white people, but it's not. It just looks like that at face value. And so people take that and they think maybe, perhaps, well, see, look at the Trump party. He's got a picture of Trump up there and he's commenting about this. He must be a racist. That's exactly what they want. That's why they come on and do this shit. Classic. Okay, so yeah, I pissed a lot of people off yesterday. So absurd. They are really coming out of the woodwork. So I absolutely love white people. Don't get me wrong. That is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like Whitey is the beast. No, the COINTEL is the beast, and they have demonized both of our cultures. I just wanted to have a conversation, you know, whitey to whitey, so to speak, and just, you know, clear up some basics. I really could have touched on a lot more surrounding that last video, but I just wanted to touch upon some basics that I felt were really right in front of everyone's faces. Anyway, so I absolutely love all people. I just absolutely hate this, you know, oh my, I can't believe she's calling me out as a progressive person who's against racism. I do declare fiddle-dee-dee. Yeah, fiddle-dee-dee. Go put your money where your mouth is. Stand up. Use your voice. White, brown, black, yellow, red. I don't give a shit. Target or not. It is time for all people to wake the hell up and speak the hell out. And that's exactly what we're doing here on Voice, the COINTELPRO / Gang Stalking channel. Alright, you know, I'm saying this because I'm dealing with this kind of thinking firsthand. And I know that there's some really good intention, but put your money where your mouth is. I don't give a crap what race you are. Put your money where your mouth is. It's time to just stop talking about these things and take some action. All right, so if you don't like the facts and the evidence, I understand that it is in fact a lot to take, but if you're going to come on here and create hate, then get the fuck off my channel, because we do not tolerate hate here of any kind. You guys, when hate shows its ugly head, like that comment, or maybe a provocator at a protest, these things must be dealt with immediately. This kind of hate must be singled out and dealt with promptly and strictly, without violence. It doesn't take violence. It takes non-acceptance and extreme resistance against oppression and force. Extremism is necessary, as our leaders have silenced us and our diamonds for too long. These people need to be pointed out and singled out. We don't just, ignore it. That's not okay. No, point it out. You don't have to attack. You just point it out and remove the poison properly that's infiltrating your group. Don't be afraid to resist. Don't allow the threat of fear to overwhelm you. All right. Let's get into some more things that we're not supposed to speak of. Things we don't speak of. Number 1, how to set up an organization in your area. Make a YouTube channel. Quit sitting around and freaking listening to me. Go make your own channel talking about shit in layman's terms, just like I'm doing here. Put up a donation link maybe. Use that money to rent a space for, a meeting space or a place you can house TIs. That, those donations will help you out. Risky? Yes. You could even fly a couple TIs to you. Do not start this process without a partner, probably. When these people sometimes do turn out to be infiltrators at times, you still need a team to have your back. While you're trying to build up your big team, you always need to have your, safety net. I wouldn't say you have to, but I would think it's very important, seeing how we're always being sabotaged. You could potentially be building up what you think is an authentic organization, and it's stocked full of perps. But that doesn't mean that you stay home and you don't try. That's not what that means. It just means that it's really difficult. That's all. Too bad. Go do it anyway. Once you establish a place to meet or house TIs, you can break them into teams. One team city council, one team protest, one team news radio, one team organizes speeches and permits, takes care of all of that. Rallies. Number 3, a group to maintain the peace. When you do spot an infiltrator, let's say in a meeting or a rally in your group, trying to stir up fear, cause paranoia, create divides, things don't get done. A special peace group that roots these out and takes, well, everyone might root them out, but really takes care of this properly, and these people are trained to do that. So that we're not making this progression of, we'll just invite a little bit of violence in here. And, that a little bit of violence, okay, it is there, because it's all in the name of freedom, right? No, now you're doing exactly what the entire trick that's been played on you your entire life. It's just, killing for the sake of this and killing for the sake of that. And feeling like that's okay because, it's been presented in a certain way and it is acceptable amongst the masses, and shame on you. Shame on anybody who has been roped into that kind of thinking, including myself. Shame on us. Who gives a shit how many people think that way? Raising our boys to be soldiers. Telling them we're proud of them. Shame on you. Sending them off to murder people, giving them medals. It's a tough spot to be in. I love my father, and my father served in the war. And I love and respect my father. But there's a whole twisted culture kind of thinking / acceptance here of murder. And I'm not standing by that. So, a group to maintain the peace. And number 4, okay, sabotagers. When you are organizing a protest that you have worked so hard on, and these provocateurs show up with creepy signs, following your group around, making you guys look violent or threatening, what you need to do is start protesting the provocateur, okay? Have signs ready to go and waiting for this. Count on this. Make your protest a 2-part deal, just in case. What to do exactly? Point them out. Don't ignore them standing across the street with their crazy sign, acting like they're affiliated with you. Let them know. Surround them and allow the public to know, peacefully, that they're lying and they're an infiltrator and they're not affiliated with your group and that they will not be ignored. This requires no violence. Instead of protesting your case, be prepared to turn it all around if need be and protest the provocateur. Have signs ready to go and waiting for that. Signs explaining that they are a fraud. They are not with you. Educate the public about this during the protest in real time. Have a team trained to out and ostracize these hate spreaders and speak out right then and there about what the COINTELPRO is attempting to do actively. Use it to your advantage. Use it as a perfect example of conditioning in our society. Educate in real time, hands-on, so our young people can see and hear, and they don't have to wander around for a lifetime in the dark, befriending the wolf and inviting it through the front door, just like we have. All right, something I'm really struggling with, you guys. What would Jesus do? I ask myself that, or I ask, what would Ramana do? What would my guru do? And I have a lot of guilt over this. I've come to the conclusion that I'm just not Jesus, and that is all. So while turning the other cheek is probably absolutely the Christ-like thing to do, and we're probably all capable of doing that, I just don't want to deal with or face what it is that it takes to do that. See, in that authentism there that I'm sharing with you, it's still ego. And I know that sounds funny, but it's still ego here. And that's something that needs to be looked at and examined personally on an individual level for all of us. Don't allow this to make or break your identity. I'm not saying don't fight back. I'm just saying, no matter what the outcome, we need to remain grounded in ourselves. See, it's this ultimate balance we have to reach. We've got to come together while maintaining some real personal depth and reliance. All right, that's why a TI is so, ninja-like. Because you're trained to do this. They're training you to be like this for a reason. It doesn't mean that you have to use it for their outcome and their purpose. You can use all this shit to your advantage. I wouldn't go crazy with that and start taking on everything. Because, again, it's a real balance. That could just be furthering your brainwashing. So it's really a individual mapping out of this and making some personal decisions while standing up for the human being as a whole. Standing up for the world. Okay, I want to have a conversation just a little bit. I'm going to touch on this just a little bit. I want to talk to women. All right? Our whole way of life and thinking is ingrained through conditioning to sell each other and to sell each other out. How magazines, beauty, the American way of being brought up, all that crap, all that pressure that you feel and experience. Now, think of the way that we're brought up as girls. Okay, nobody's ever paid attention to you. You go to high school, maybe the football player hits on you at the party. Maybe he manipulates you, or maybe you're just weak, right? And you end up giving it up. And dude doesn't, care about anything but his dick. It's the same old story. You go to school, maybe. It's like a horrific scene, and you're just humiliated, pretty much turned off and damaged from men at a young age. I'm not saying that this is men. Men are bad. That's not what I'm saying. Stay with me here, okay? And see, when we go through these experiences like this as girls, it's like the normal. When a teenage girl's going through something like this, it's like, oh, that's normal. We all do that. That's exactly what those guys do. That's exactly what they do, girl. See, what it is it's creating divides amongst the sexes. It's the exact same thing and thinking as creating divides in the black culture. It's the same thing. It's just amongst the sexes. And there's a lot more that goes into that conditioning batch that they've got going on for your brain and your heart. But it's designed to separate you from men and make you bitter as a woman and make you blame it on men when it's not men. It's the head of the beast. And men are brainwashed just like we are. Really, you're not just segregating, it doesn't just keep you isolated from men and real intimacy. Real intimacy. It also keeps you from being real intimacy from other relationships with women. It isolates you from women as well. See how they keep the individual isolated while not allowing you to be an individual. This is how they hold us captive from moment to moment on a daily basis, and we don't even know the language that we're spitting out of our mouth when we're communicating with each other in our culture, because it's just the norm. When really, when one has the ability to take a step back and listen to these conversations, they're crazy. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy conditioning. Conditioned to call us crazy. Because there is this distorted association with the word and words like conspiracy and science and beauty. Yeah, okay, also, I want to say something to women who are perps. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. We are trying to rise up as women and create equal rights, and we have come a long way, and you are absolutely shitting all over that. I'm not sure why, if it's for your, quote, beautiful master Satan, or if you're just really a dingbat. I'm not totally sure why you're choosing to stay bobbing there, but you're not just oppressing yourself. You're oppressing our men too, you mother figure, you. It's women like this who are raising our men and our boys. And this kind of get them before they get you thinking. That just keeps the individual segregated from intimacy, any kind of real intimacy. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about romanticism. I'm talking about actual intimacy. See, this is why people only come halfway. All right? Okay, I'll meet you. I'll give it all. I'll give it my all. halfway. And then if he comes halfway, then I'll really give him my all. That's not how it works. No. And then we wonder why. You know, they're just as scared as we are. You've really got to lay it all out on the line. This protecting ourselves and from an illusion. It's just a poison to keep you isolated. Okay, we have quite a few new subscribers. Welcome. I'll try and get up some more material for you guys here today. I really appreciate everybody. I love you guys so much. And please stay strong. Please stay strong. We're gonna fix this.